Imagine you're flying across an ocean, thousands of miles from home, with no maps, no satellites, and no GPS. Most of us would be lost in minutes, but for a migratory bird, this is just a Tuesday. What if I told you they aren't just using instinct, but are actually performing high-level quantum physics inside their own eyes? We're talking about spooky action at a distance, happening right in your backyard. Welcome to Sci Nova, where we dive into the weirdest corners of the universe. Today, we are moving away from the sterile, frozen vacuum of physics labs and stepping into the messy, vibrant world of biology. We're exploring how life has mastered the most counterintuitive laws of physics to solve the ultimate navigation problem. It turns out, birds might be the most sophisticated quantum computers on the planet. To understand this, we first have to talk about the spooky part. In the quantum world, particles can become entangled, meaning the state of one instantly influences the state of another, no matter how far apart they are. Einstein famously called this spooky action at a distance because it defies our everyday logic. In a lab, we use lasers and extreme cold to keep these particles stable, but nature seems to have found a way to do it in the wild. So how does a bird turn a magnetic field into a visual map? The secret lies in a process called avian magnetoreception. Scientists believe this isn't just a simple compass needle in the brain, but a light-induced radical pair mechanism. When blue light hits a bird's eye, it triggers a chemical reaction that involves the coherent spin evolution of two electrons. This isn't just chemistry, it's pure, unadulterated quantum mechanics happening in real time. Let's zoom in even closer, past the feathers and the retina, straight into the molecular level. Here, we find a special protein called cryptochrome 4, or Cry4. This protein is the hero of our story. It's specifically located in the eyes of migratory birds and is incredibly sensitive to the Earth's magnetic field. Think of Cry4 as the biological hardware that allows the bird to read the invisible lines of magnetic force surrounding our planet. But how does a protein actually feel a magnetic field? This is where the radical pair mechanism comes into play. When light hits the Cry4 protein, it creates a pair of electrons that are entangled. These electrons exist in a delicate dance between two states, singlet and triplet. The Earth's magnetic field acts like a subtle hand, nudging these electrons and changing the ratio of these states. This change is then translated into a signal the bird's brain can actually interpret. This mechanism relies heavily on the spin dynamics of these radical pairs. The spin of an electron is like a tiny internal compass, pointing up or down. Because the two electrons are part of a single quantum system, the way their spins evolve is coherent, meaning they stay in sync. Even the slightest shift in the Earth's magnetic field can disrupt this coherence, providing the bird with a precise directional reading. It is, quite literally, sensing the invisible. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, quantum states are incredibly fragile. In a laboratory, we have to keep quantum particles at near absolute zero temperatures to prevent them from being disturbed. This is known as decoherence, but a bird's eye is the exact opposite. It is warm, it is wet, and it is incredibly noisy. Usually, these conditions would instantly destroy any quantum state, yet birds seem to defy the odds. This brings us to one of the most profound questions in modern science. How does biology perform quantum physics in such messy environments? This is the frontier of quantum biology. We used to think quantum effects were only for the very small and the very cold, but research suggests that biological magnetic sensors can sense fields close to the quantum limit, even in the middle of a bustling living organism. Nature has found a way to protect the spookiness from the noise. If this theory holds true, it means birds might actually see the magnetic field. Imagine looking at the sky and seeing a subtle overlay of light and dark patterns that correspond to the magnetic north and south. It wouldn't be a clear image like a photograph, but rather a shaded gradient of light that tells them exactly where they are. They aren't just following an instinct. They are looking at a map that we can't even perceive. Think about the implications of this. If life can maintain quantum coherence in warm, wet conditions, we might have to rethink everything we know about biological computing. We've spent decades trying to build quantum computers in high-tech labs, yet birds have been using them for millions of years. Evolution has essentially engineered a biological quantum sensor that is more robust and efficient than anything we've built so far. This research doesn't just tell us about birds. It tells us about the fundamental limits of life. It suggests that the line between physics and biology is much thinner than we ever imagined. The same laws that govern subatomic particles also govern the flight of a robin or a swallow. We are living in a world where the macroscopic movement of animals is tethered to the microscopic dance of entangled electrons. As we continue to peel back the layers of quantum biology, the universe becomes even more mysterious and beautiful. The next time you look up and see a flock of birds migrating across the horizon, remember, they aren't just flying. They are navigating the invisible, riding the quantum waves of our planet. They are living proof that the most complex science in the universe is happening right above your head. If you found this journey into the quantum world fascinating, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We're constantly exploring the intersection of science and wonder here at SciNova. Thanks for watching, and keep staying curious.